The AFC playoff race is suddenly wide open, with the Steelers going from presumptive favorites to being one of 3 teams fighting for the top spot, and in the NFC, the Carolina Panthers snuffed out most of what remained of the Green Bay Packers' playoff hopes. Here's a look at what we learned on Sunday in Week 15. We still don't know what a catch is. Jesse James, a tight end for the Pittsburgh Steelers, appeared to score a game-winning touchdown with a 10-yard catch in the final minute of his team's huge matchup with the New England Patriots. After a review, it was determined that James's catch did not survive the ground, and the touchdown was waved off, essentially handing the Patriots a victory. Depending on what happens in the next 2 weeks, that overturned call could be what determines home field advantage in the AFC playoffs. Even Aaron Rodgers couldn't save the Packers' playoff hopes. Rodgers, Green Bay's superstar quarterback, came back from a long injury absence with his team clinging to the idea that running the table would give them a shot at a playoff appearance. It was an up-and-down return for Rodgers, with 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, but a fumble by Geronimo Allison in the fourth quarter dropped the Packers to 7-7, and all but eliminated them from a chance at a wild card spot. The Jaguars can play offense, too. Jacksonville has relied mostly on the team's star-laden defense on its way to a surprising 10-4 record, but in a huge win over Houston, the offense produced 464 yards, even without Leonard Fournette, the team's star rookie running back. The Jaguars had the ball for more than 33 minutes of the game, and Blake Bortles made the best use of it, throwing for 326 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jacksonville still has a small chance of getting the top seed in the AFC playoffs. Playing in Seattle doesn't bother the Rams. Los Angeles came in as a 3-point underdog, with no one sure how the second-year quarterback Jared Goff would respond to the hostile conditions at CenturyLink Field. There was not much suspense once the game began, as the Rams took a lead less than 3 minutes into the game, and had run up the score to 40-0 when Seattle finally scored a touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater is going to have to wait until next season. The former starting quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings got into a game for the first time since the playoffs following the 2015 season, but it was in mop-up duty in a blowout win. Bridgewater, who had been expected to retake the job from Case Keenum once he was fully healthy, had a bad day, attempting 2 passes, the second of which was intercepted. Keenum, meanwhile, completed 20 of 23 passes for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mark Ingram gave the Saints much more than the first down run they needed to wind down the clock on the Jets. His determined burst across the line of scrimmage thrust him into the Jets' defensive backfield with too much speed and vigor for anyone to catch him, a fitting finish to one of his better days in a memorable season. Ingram ran for 2 touchdowns and gained 151 yards from scrimmage, capped by his late 50-yard touchdown run, and host New Orleans overcame 3 turnovers to defeat the reeling Jets, 31-19.